Australia isn't short of world-class sporting arenas, but when it comes to football, both soccer and Aussie rules. These stadiums stand out for their sheer size, atmosphere, and history. Let's go through 20 of the biggest football stadiums in the country, from Geelong to Melbourne. Let's dive right in. 20. Jubilee Oval. Often called Netstrata Jubilee, this stadium sits on the leafy fringe of Sydney's inner west and still feels like a community ground that punches above its weight. The current all-in capacity is about 20,000, and the venue dates back in various forms to the early 20th century, though the modern stadium has seen piecemeal upgrades in recent decades. 19. Leichhardt Oval. This stadium is raw and storied. Opened in 1934 and known locally as the eighth wonder of the world. It's a tight 20,000 capacity ground squeezed into an inner-city block, and it's lived most of its life as a rugby league fortress for Balmain, then the West Tigers, and also as a traditional soccer venue for local NSL clubs. Leichhardt's charm is the old-school terraces and the small members stand. 18. Central Coast Stadium. Branded in recent years as Polytech Stadium, sits in Gosford and was built around 1999 to 2000 with a capacity of 20,059. It's the heartbeat of the Central Coast Mariners, the A-League club that has punched above its weight in Australian football, and it's built to host rectangular sports first, which gives it a clean sightline for soccer and rugby. 17. Perth Rectangular Stadium. Also commonly known by naming rights as HBF Park, is a polished, inner-city Perth ground with roughly 20,500 for sport and more for concerts. The site's sporting history stretches back over a century, but the oval-to-rectangular transformations and rebuilds since the 2000s made it a modern rectangular venue for A-League and rugby. Perth Glory and the Western Force use it regularly. 16. WIN Stadium. Built originally in the early 1900s and rebuilt in stages, notably in 2012, it holds about 22 to 23,000 fans and has been the traditional home for St. George Illawarra Dragons NRL matches and the Illawarra Wolves in earlier soccer eras. WIN's standout is the Western Grandstand plus the way the stadium hugs the coastline, so arriving fans get a view that's as much ocean as scoreboard. 15. Penrith's Bluebet Stadium. The home of the Penrith Panthers is a compact suburban arena that has been through rapid change in the 2020s. The old ground was replaced with a modern stadium, sized around the low 20,000s, roughly 22,500 in many public plans, designed to give the Panthers a revenue-generating, family-friendly home. The rebuild included modern corporate facilities and upgraded player areas. 14. Penrith City Library. Canberra's GAO Stadium, Canberra Stadium, is the national capital's primary big rectangular venue, built in 1977 and refitted several times, with seating for around 25,000. Architect Philip Cox shaped the bowl, and subsequent upgrades tightened sightlines and improved facilities, turning the ground into a repeat host for international rugby, rugby league, Olympic football games in 2000, and A-League fixtures. 13. Western Sydney Stadium. Now CommBank Stadium in Parramatta, opened in 2019 and seats 30,000. It's a model of modern mid-sized stadium design, steep stands, a compact bowl, top-tier broadcast sightlines, and a suburban location that puts it close to dense Western Sydney populations. Built for rugby league, rugby union, and soccer, it's the primary home for the Parramatta Eels and the Western Sydney Wanderers. 12. McDonald Jones Stadium. Newcastle's International Sports Centre, opened in 1970 and after redevelopments now functions as roughly a 33,000 capacity stadium depending on configuration. It's the home for the Newcastle Knights, NRL, and the Newcastle Jets, A-League, and it's the classic big regional venue, capable of big rugby league attendances, national-level concerts, and community fixtures. The ground's history includes multiple name changes and staged upgrades. 11. AMI Park. Located in Melbourne is Australia's most distinctive rectangular arena. A 30,000-seat bowl opened in 2010 with that famous bubble bioframe roof. It was built to be Australia's premier rectangular sports stadium and hosts Rugby League's Melbourne Storm and A-League's Melbourne City, and has staged international soccer and rugby. The tinsel, domed roof is both an architectural statement and a functional move. 10. Kardinia Park, GMHBA Stadium. Located in the coastal city of Geelong, Victoria, Kardinia Park, now branded as GMHBA Stadium, is the beating heart of football in the region. Built in 1941, it's gone through several upgrades to become a sleek, modern multi-sport venue with a current capacity of 36,000. The stadium is home to the Geelong Cats in the AFL, but it also hosts A-League matches. 9. The Gabba, Brisbane. The Gabba, short for the Brisbane Cricket Ground, sits in Wollongabba, Queensland, and has been a key sporting landmark since 1895. With a current capacity of 42,500, it's home to the Brisbane Lions, AFL, and the Brisbane Heat, Big Bash League, but it also hosts international football and cricket. Its circular design and steep seating tiers make it one of the loudest stadiums in the country. 8. Sydney Football Stadium, Allianz Stadium. In the heart of Moore Park sits the brand-new Allianz Stadium, an $828 million rebuild completed in 2022 to replace the old SFS. With a capacity of 42,500, it's one of the most advanced sporting arenas in the Southern Hemisphere. It's home to Sydney FC, the Sydney Roosters, NRL, and the NSW Waratahs, Rugby Union. 7. Sydney Cricket Ground, SCG. Just next door to Allianz is the legendary Sydney Cricket Ground, opened way back in 1848. Today it seats about 48,000 and is a cathedral of Australian sport. It's hosted everything from Ashes Tests to AFL Grand Finals and football internationals. The SCG is home turf for the Sydney Swans, AFL, and Sydney Sixers, BBL. 6. Queensland Sport and Athletics Centre, QSAC. Formerly known as QEI Stadium, the Queensland Sport and Athletics Centre opened in 1975 for the Brisbane Commonwealth Games. With a capacity of 48,500, it's primarily an athletics venue, but has also hosted football, rugby, and concerts. QSAC was once home to the Brisbane Strikers, NSL, and hosted World Cup qualifiers for the Socceroos. 5. Suncorp Stadium, Lang Park. Also better known by its old name Lang Park, is Queensland's sporting fortress. Located in Milton, Brisbane, the original ground dates back to 1914, but it was completely rebuilt in 2003 into a world-class 52,500-seat rectangular stadium. It's home to the Brisbane Roar, A-League, the Queensland Reds, Rugby Union, and the Brisbane Broncos, NRL. It's also hosted the AFC Asian Cup and World Cup qualifiers. 4. Adelaide Oval. The Adelaide Oval sits on the banks of the River Torrens and might be the most beautiful stadium in Australia. Originally opened in 1871, it underwent a $535 million redevelopment completed in 2014, expanding capacity to 53,500. It's the home of the Adelaide Crows and Port Adelaide Power, AFL, and regularly hosts Socceroos matches and cricket internationals. 3. Marvel Stadium, Docklands Stadium. Opened in 2000 in Melbourne's Docklands precinct, Marvel Stadium, formerly Etihad and Telstra Dome, is a high-tech arena built for versatility. It holds 56,347 spectators and features a fully retractable roof, which can close in 8 minutes. It's home to several AFL clubs and also hosts A-League Grand Finals, rugby internationals, and concerts. What makes Marvel unique is its design. 2. Stadium Australia, Accor Stadium. Built for the Sydney 2000 Olympics, Accor Stadium, formerly known as Stadium Australia and ANZ Stadium, is a colossal venue in Homebush with a capacity of 83,500. When it opened in 1999, it could seat over 110,000, making it the largest Olympic stadium ever built. It's hosted everything from the 2000 Olympic opening ceremony to the 2023 FIFA Women's World Cup final. 1. Melbourne Cricket Ground, MCG. The undisputed giant of Australian sport, the MCG is a national icon. Located in Melbourne's Yarra Park, it opened in 1853 and today seats 100,024 fans. It's home to the Melbourne Cricket Club and the AFL Grand Final. During the 2023 FIFA Women's World Cup, it wasn't a host venue, but it remains the dream location for any major final in Australia. And there you have it. These stadiums are more than just concrete and steel. They're part of Australia's sporting identity. Each one tells a story of evolution, from humble grounds to world-class arenas that now attract millions of fans every year. Thanks for watching. If you love the content, please don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and comment. See you in the next one.